Women don't do bad things, so women are never toxic. Women are never narcissistic. It's only men. Women don't do violence. It's only men. Women don't cheat. It's only men. Women don't fuck their best friend's husband or boyfriend. It's only men. It's never women. Women are always the victims of everything. They didn't bang the guy too. No. What do you mean sleep with the toxic? No. She just appeared and bam, it just happened. She was never the one that texted back. Oh, it was not her. She was not the one that said, yes, I'm going to go on a date with you. It was not her. She was not the one that said, you know what, do you want it back or front? It was not her. It was not her. God forbid. No, yuck. It's only men. It's only men. Sorry, never. I am. Go ahead. I am. Are you there? I'm going to count to 5 dear. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you there? I am. 5. Sorry, I have to keep it rolling. Rushan, you there?
Yes. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Hope y'all are having a really good Sunday. What I find very interesting about these conversations, I think it's the fact that it's somebody from the opposite gender who is saying it and calling it out, so they don't like it. For example, when the women call out the men, they don't like it. When the men call out the women, they don't like it. And it's the pushback you get, I guess, is coming from a very egotistical place, right? As it relates to our, this specific community, I think, and I'm going somewhere with this, I think both have an issue with making good choices, because I hear all the baby mama horror stories every day, and I say, well, you chose her. And then I hear other niggas saying shit, they want to do this, that, that. And I'm like, well, you chose that person, you chose him. So I don't know why we choose these people and we complain. But what I find very interesting, especially about women choosing poor men to, deal with, to have children with, sometimes they do come out playing the victim. But if I'm being honest, and this might be unpopular opinion, I think some of those women deserve the men that they're with. They deserve to be with a deadbeat. They deserve to be with a toxic dude. They deserve all the hell they're catching from exactly who she chose to be with. Because I wholeheartedly agree with you. Women are not innocent. A lot of these women are toxic. They're narcissists. They will lie to you and then try to gaslight you. Their mouth is so bitter and venomous when they're talking.
What do you mean women can be narcissists too? Impossible. No.
I deal with them every day.
Shush. Fallacy. Not women. Russian women don't even fart, man.
They're lying.
No.
They're lying. I deal with them
Never.
every day. The other day, I asked the bear when he was planning to marry his baby mama, and a group of 5 to 6 women cursed me like a dog, called me all kind of bitches and hoes and you nosy. And I was just like, then y'all wonder why you end up with the men who only want to make you, breed you up like a pig. Like, you wonder why you can't find a good partner, a good man. You deserve what you get. So I don't know if I'm the only person who said it, but because of the toxicity of a lot of women, I don't have any empathy or sympathy when they end up with the dudes that they're with. You deserve it.
Me too. It's a choice. You deserve it. And one thing I've learned, and listen, again, one thing I know is this: listen, I am an accountability platform. Wakanda knows me since last year. If anybody has been watching me, I have smoke for everybody, everyone, myself too. Because until you have accountability, you will never grow. I care about the Black community. That is why I am making this content. That's it. If I did not care about Black community, I wouldn't be doing this. I'll be like, it's not my business. Fuck it. No. Mm-hmm. So for a lot of you that think I'm just here I'm actually doing this from a place of love. And just because I'm coming from a place of love doesn't mean I have to pat you on the back like this. Part of love is accountability. An essential part of love is accountability. But this is something I've noticed within the Black community, especially to women. A lot of you think if somebody loves you, they have to just be cuddling you like a baby. That is a bullshit lie. Mm-hmm. A part of love is accountability, where you can look yourself in the mirror and be like, I'm my own problem. Only then can you make a change. Only there can you grow. But if you are playing defense and you're on defensive all the time, talking about it's not me, it's him, it's them, it's they, it's the system, you are not completely wrong. I am not saying you are completely wrong. All I am saying is until you reflect and look at what you did wrong as well, you will never grow. The point still stands. There's a deadbeat epidemic because women are fucking the deadbeat. Period. For whatever reason why you are doing it, it's irrelevant. The point is, these deadbeats that you are complaining about are having the best time of their life because of you. You're sleeping with them, you're going on dates with them, you're having multiple sex with them, you're having kids with them, you're doing all sort of things with them. Because if you were not, there would not be a deadbeat epidemic. True or false? True.
True.
Period.
I just want to round it out. The women in the comments are definitely proving your point. Y'all are hearing other women holding women accountable, yet y'all still choose to be in denial. And, oh, you guys are delusional. Y'all are the only delusional people here. And it's like, for me, and I'll just end it here. I'm a first generation Black American. My parents are Nigerian and Jamaican. And when I talk about issues in the Black community, oh, well, you're not Black, so you can't tell me the truth. You know, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. You're not saying it nice enough. And I'm like, what does it matter how nice I'm saying it? It's the truth. So it's like, with a lot of these women, you know, they'll talk about, oh, my baby daddy ain't shit. You know, my daddy wasn't shit. But are you ever going to address that your mother was also a very toxic, manipulative, probably mentally ill woman?
Yes. We never talk about that. And it's such a valid point. Trust me, your father might not be perfect, but was your mom too?
Yeah, a lot of women are damaged by their mothers in the Black community, yet we sit around pretending that women are innocent. But I don't think they're ready for that conversation, so I'll just...
Oh, Russian, thank you so much. That's a great point, though. We always hear about how
Russian doll for president.
We always talk about how terrible the man is. We never talk about the women. Is your mom good too? Is your mom all right too? Was your mom toxic too? But no, it's all about the men. I think that's why I always like talking about this topic so much, because it's putting accountability on the women. Enough, man. I'm so sick of it. The one that tricks me and gets me off is like when women come on and talking about, oh, there's slim pickings of Black men. Bullshit. You will never convince me. Oh, there's not enough good Black men. First of all, are you a person to judge who's good and who's bad? How can you talk about this? There's a shortage of good Black men. Meanwhile, all your decision up to this point has been horrible. Who the fuck are you to tell me who's good, who's a good Black man? No, man, step aside. There are Black women out here who are finding good Black men. Why can't you? Why don't you talk to those women? You humble yourself and talk to them. There's good Black men. Find on Instagram. Go on TikTok. You'll see fantastic Black men who are great fathers, great husbands, great boyfriends, doing fantastic things. But some of you will come online and talk about there's no good Black men, slim pickings. Slim pickings where? Listen to other women. Let them, they will blow smoke up your ass. They will tell you what you want to hear so that you guys can trauma bond. Let me tell you this, women. Listen, I am your best friend. These women that are hyping you up are not. It's me. Because I will tell you the truth. A lot of these women that are calling you pick-me's and trying to validate your ideas, they are just telling you what you want to hear because so that you guys can trauma bond on how shitty your baby daddies are. That's what they want. Your baby daddy ain't shit. Mine too, girl. Really? Mine too. You too? Shit. Mine hasn't paid child support in 3 months. What? Mine 6 months. Really? Yours now?
Yeah. They're not ready for this.
Let's form a group. Period.
They're not ready for this conversation.
They just want trauma bonding. Anyway, let's go to. This is so insensitive. Insensitive? Anyway, move on a bit. Ali, go ahead.
Hello, panel. How's everyone doing today? So I just wanted to chime in real quick. So I think Russia made a really good point when it comes to like holding women accountable, especially like when you look at the dynamic between like mothers and fathers. It's like when I look at the relationship that I have with my own mom, like growing up, she used to tell me like, oh, how my dad was the manipulator and he's the narcissist. But as I got older, I actually saw who the real manipulator was and who the real narcissist was. And it was, in fact, my mom. And I think that a lot of times when it comes to waiting around for someone to take accountability is the fact of, okay, what are you waiting for? How is someone else taking accountability going to improve your life if you aren't taking accountability? I don't wait around for anyone to take accountability because everything I do in my life, it only affects me. Regardless of if someone else is affecting me, I can only take accountability for the roles and actions that I take. And I think a lot of times people they want to hold someone else accountable so they're not in that point in their healing where they can say, you know what, I did play that role and I was the reason that, X, Y, and Z happened. Women, hold yourself accountable. Just like men are holding themselves accountable, if they're not holding themselves accountable, that has nothing to do with you. Look at the person in the mirror. You're not seeing someone else, you're seeing you. Look in the mirror, hold yourself accountable because it's your life. It's not their life. It's not someone else's life. It's your life.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Ali. Appreciate you. Oh, Hams, the floor is yours.
Hey, how are you, Kingsley? How is everybody?
Life's good, bro. Make a point, sir. Welcome.
Okay. Now, I got so much interested in sending a request when Queen was here, you remember? But she has stepped down. Because I was listening and I was trying to be rational from, the things how
that's why you have to recognize yourself because I remember.
Madam Diamond. So I was just trying to, see how I can be able to, understand things from your perspective. Because I understand exactly things from your perspective. Because it's always very important that in life, learn to be responsible for your actions. And when certain things happens, the first thing you should try to look at is how is it my fault? Because most times when you don't look at how it is your fault, then you're not ready to make corrections. Because it's only when you ask yourself a question, then how is this my fault? How do I contribute to this happening to me? And that is the only way you can begin to understand a solution and a way to make this not to happen again. But there is this thing about human nature. Human nature are always very quick in putting a blame to other people, both men and women. When something happened, he made me do it, she made me do it, this made me do it. And we forget to realize that we are thinking being, that before this could happen, definitely we should think about it also. And we should know, yes, we had a role to play. It takes two to tango. It doesn't just take one to tango. So, Kingsley, I understand, I agree, because a lot of men also, sometimes when I go live, women, they come and my man did this, my man did this. It's always the women, they come on live social media, and when they break up with their men, then they come up on social media, they open mouth and say that, yes, it's true. There could be men like that. That is the reality. But what was your role?
Yeah.
Did he force you to give birth to the first child? No. Did he force you to give birth to the second child? No. Did he force you to give birth to the third child? No. First year, second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year, sixth year, seventh year, you were there with this man who is an asshole. And immediately you break up with this man. That's when you realize I've been with an asshole for the past 7 years.
Yes.
The woman who said that should be the biggest asshole because it takes you 7 years to realize that you were with an asshole. For that to take you 7 years to realize that, it's because for me, let me give an example. When I meet a woman, it takes me only a few weeks, or just maybe months, to know whether you're an asshole or not. And some women are also like that. Weeks, months is enough for you to realize. But the truth is this: majority of women who find themselves in this category, they keep blind eye to the truth.
Yep.
Women love fantasy. Women don't love the reality. I'm sorry to say that. And that's why when men come to women with fantasy, they sell easily, and women buy this so easily. But when you come with the reality, women don't want this. And these are some of the things we keep saying. Women must understand and look at the reality of things and reality of life. Not after you've gone for the fantasy and the fantasy doesn't pay you back. Then you start to complain. Yes, you start to complain and start to shout, men are this, men are this. Then what role have you played? Now, back to what Queen was saying.
Also, brother, land your plane, brother.
Okay, yeah. Back to what Queen was saying, you understand? There also angle I understood Queen. The angle I understood Queen was the fact that, yes, that a woman coming to say that, okay, men are this, men are that, does not simply mean that she doesn't realize that this is her fault also. She's only sharing or talking about her experience. And for me, I found that that's to be correct also. So when a woman also comes on social media to say that men are this, in a way to share their experience, that is okay. But before you do that, you should also recognize your own faults or your own, how you participated in the whole thing. So this is a way of like a kind of, enlightening women more so that this mistake would stop. And because the whole idea of the whole thing is to have a very good relationship, have a good family, all this break up, and a civil violence between men and women that is going on, which should be a peaceful thing between men and women, has to some point to end.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Ohams. I appreciate you. Thank you. Antonia, please, the floor is yours.
Mr. King, here.
Hi, Antonia, how are you? Yes, just please make it quickly, okay?
Yes. You know, it was so heartbreaking to hear the ladies misinterpret your passion for anger because it was really sad. But ladies, sometimes we act as, you know, we are not willful participants or enablers. Like we are puppets on a string being manipulated by others to make destructive decisions. You made that final decision and you are responsible for that. It's okay to admit that you made a bad decision and it's wrong. It's not a plague. It's not a plague to admit that you made a poor decision. Realization and growth will take place so they can improve and move forward. So it's okay to admit that you was wrong. You don't have a gun to your head. You're not placed in a situation where you have no freedoms and rights. You have no excuses. We enable the behavior, all of us. These men have multiple children because women allow it. These men are disrespectful to us because women allow it. These men do all these things because we allow it. Mr. Kingsley, I'm not hearing you.
I'm just agreeing with you. I'm not saying anything, but go on.
We enable these bad behaviors. So we need to take a stand. Yes, society had some strange teachings where women can question certain things, but we are no longer in that era. We no longer are governed by that. We have the right now, we can make decisions and stop all these toxic behaviors. We enable these things. Stop making excuses is that's all it have and well, that's what's common and stop it. Like enough is enough. We have to admit and take accountability despite we are not in those situations. And you know, hearing all the men account their negative accounts on what they go through, I'll be honest with you, Mr. Kingsley, I was shocked because it was nothing that commonly seen towards me, like men being mistreated by women. I was listening, I was mind blown. I was really
exactly. Because what women always hear is it's always the men that are doing the bad things. It's never women. I'm telling you that. I have stories that I could share, but I just don't want to share. People need to show that women also do horrible things, manipulative things, deliberately also. But it's always men. It's never women. But Antonia, land your plane, okay, so that I go on.
Yeah, so that's basically it. We need to be accountable for the decisions we made. Nobody has to burn, and we need to stop with all the excuses.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much. Wakanda, could you please drop Antonia so that we can bring someone else? Pretty, go ahead.
Hi everyone, how are you doing? Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so first of all, a lot of you are very insensitive, and I don't know, maybe because the women in the chat or whatever.
No, we're not here to be insensitive. What does insensitive mean?
Can I just get my word out, please?
What does insensitive mean? Tell me.
Can I get my word out, please? You're interrupting.
No, until you tell me what insensitive is. No.
Okay, so most of you are acting like the sun comes out of your arse and like life doesn't happen to people.
Yes, no,
I'm not a baby mama.
Because it does.
First of all, I just want to make something clear. I'm not a baby mama, and I'm not like a bitter baby mama that's angry over some man. I'm minding my business.
Tell what they want to hear, all right? Yeah.
But it's not about what they want to hear. The problem is most men are narcissistic. First of all, we're talking about the black community.
Most black men are narcissistic.
Most black men have been babied by their mothers growing up, and black girls have been, first of all, hypersexualized from a young age, and they've been raised to be literally mothers at like a pretty young age. So when they meet a guy, the guy tells them this dream of, you're the only one. And most of these women have abandonment issues, and black women want to be loved. And the problem is, people don't just go into relationships making wrong decisions or trying to be a baby mama. You go in because you love the person. Black women are not machines, okay? We're not robots, okay? So you're coming out here and saying, you didn't make the right decision, this and that. It's just like, what planet are you guys living on? Like,
can I ask you a question, or you just want to get your message out? You
can ask me a question. What's the question?
So, black men are narcissistic, correct?
Most black men, yeah.
What percentage, roughly?
I'll say about like maybe 80%.
Okay. And black women are what?
Damaged, for the most part. Traumatized.
So black women are not narcissistic. Most black men are not narcissistic.
I don't think they're narcissistic because we weren't raised to be narcissists.
Okay. I mean, I see where you're coming from. I do.
Okay. Black girls were not raised to be narcissists.
Okay. So my question is, at what point do you then say, you know what? Maybe I should start choosing better? Because what you have done now is this. You have given black women an out from taking accountability, and that's pathetic.
That's a lie.
Can I tell you why?
That is a lie.
Can I tell you why I think you've given women an out?
Go on. Why? Because I never said that.
You just said most black men are narcissistic, and you said about 80%.
I stand by that.
So essentially what you're doing is you're creating a pathway to now say, oh well, if 80%, which is not proven by the way, if 80% of black men are narcissistic, of course black women are going to make bad decisions in dating.
No, because first of all, from the get-go, if you were to look into the lives of black girls, their mothers saw them as a competition. There was a video I came across on TikTok, and it was just like most white girls have been trained to be in long-term relationships, right? So they've been trained with love. We never had that. We've been hypersexualized. We've been told, like, literally raised to be mothers at a young age, taking care of everybody but ourselves. So when we become adults, it's easy to fall victim. I'm not saying that, like, there's going to come a stage after you've been hurt over and over again that you need to, like, look in the mirror and say, you know what? I need to change something about myself because I can't keep attracting low-value men. And that includes going for therapy, self-talk, meditation, and healing childhood trauma. But you can't just sit on there on your high horse and trying to say women just go out of the way to be baby mamas and whatever. If they have 3 or 4 kids from one man, that should show you how much control the man has.
When you keep saying these kind of things, is it just a black woman in your context? Does it just happen to her, or does she loop other people into this dysfunction? You see, there's something
what do you mean?
doing.
I don't understand the question.
I understand some parts of you. I get it. I understand some parts of your question. I understand your points. The black woman experience is different, but so is a lot of black folks. Until you look yourself in the mirror and say, okay, I see what's happening there, especially now in this age of the internet, where you can see what is supposed to happen. If you are not willing to now say, okay, this is better, this is what I should do better, if you don't do that, you will never improve. There will always be excuses. There will always be excuses as to why you can do better. But what I am saying, Pretty, I can see your last name, is this. Until we, as members of the black community, men and women, start saying, hold on a minute, this is fucked up. I have to get myself fixed before I loop other people into my mess. This could be most likely kids. This could be most likely other women. This could be most likely other men. Be the person that fixes themselves. But what I am saying is this. There's a lot of women that come online and simply say there are no good black men. And that's why I had an issue with you saying most black men are narcissists. That's my issue, because what you're doing, you're indirectly feeding into this narrative that there's not enough good black men, which is a bullshit.
It's not a narrative.
That's a lie.
It's not a narrative. Look at the statistics.
I
go by fact. I'm not in some delusion, whatever. I go by fact.
Oh, you sound like a delusional. Because you just say most black men are narcissists.
You're the one delusional.
I think you are.
No, you're the one actually, Kingsley, if you think about it. Look at the streams of baby mamas in the black community.
Okay.
Do you think those women, you have educated women?
Show me the statistic. Where can I find the statistic?
You need to go search it up yourself, Kingsley. You can Google it, like Google is free.
But you help me. Esther, relax. No, but help me out. You are the educated one. I'm the delusional one. Help me clear my delusion.
Educated. The problem is I'm not sitting on a high horse and judging people who are baby mamas. That's the problem. Life can happen to anyone. That's what I'm trying to say.
Let's stay on point. Wait. Calm down. Let's have a chat.
Wow. Okay, I missed it.
Show me the source. Where can we find it?
It's on Google. It's everywhere.
What's the website? What's the website? Tell me.
I don't have a website, Kingsley. You need to go look that up yourself. That's what I just said. I don't have a website.
Okay. So explain to me how there's slim pickings of black men.
Okay. Like I said, I'm going to repeat myself. Okay?
Yes, please. Help me out.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There's a slim picking of black men because we're talking about the black community. We're not white, we're not Asian, and we are not whatever. We're not aliens.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Now I can.
All right, thank you. In the black community, boys have been raised differently from girls. Boys have been babied all their lives, and like, let me just use this example of the golden child, the scapegoat, or the black sheep. Boys are literally seen as the golden child. And that's why in the African community, if your husband is cheating on you and doing all sort of atrocities, they're going to tell you to pray for the cheating man. Okay, they're going to tell you it's normal for the man to cheat. It's normal. As a woman, as a very strong, respectful woman, you need to pray and take it to the Lord when the man is cheating. It's always your fault. Why are you not acting extra sexy? Why are you not doing this? Why are you not doing that? As you're doing that, as we are doing that, we are actually raising self-entitled, narcissistic black men. And when you're narcissistic, and like I said, you know how to manipulate women. Sweet talk, you're the sugar in my tea, you're the cockroach in my cupboard, I'm going to take care of you, I have nobody, this and this. You tell them all these fallacies, and at the end of the day, the woman, because women are emotional beings, we are not you. And that's a part of reasons why I do not engage in some feminist talk, because at the end of the day, psychologically, physiologically speaking, women and men are not the same. We're different. We think differently, right?
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Have you heard of the 4B movement?
No, what is that?
So the 4B movement essentially is exactly what you're describing in the black community, but happening in the South Korean community, in Asian communities. What you've described is not what you've described is not alien to the black community. It happens in the white community too. It happens in the Indian community. It happens in the Asian community. It happens across all communities. It is a thing that happens across all communities. So when you say 80% of black men are narcissists, by that reasoning, essentially 80% of men are narcissists. And my question is this: you haven't proved, there's no data that proves that. We are all narcissists, just so you know, madam. Every single one of us have narcissistic tendencies. Listen to me.
Okay,
you're chuckling and giggling. It's a fact.
Yeah, I can giggle.
We're all narcissists. We're all narcissists. Just that narcissism has a spectrum. We are all narcissistic. Some people have high spectrum of narcissism. Some people have low spectrum of narcissism. We all love ourselves. That's why we are selfish by nature. Duh. That's why we're all narcissists. Some people have higher narcissism on their spectrum. Some people have lower narcissism on spectrum. We're all narcissists to an extent. Am I wrong? You think I'm lying?
That's why I just appreciate women at Sure 7. Girls, just get your bag and get the money. Don't be trying to find some love.
Wow,
there
now
because-
we know your source. So you're following a witch. Because she's actually a self-confessed witch.
It's a witch. Everyone is a witch. That's not what that means.
Esther, wait. No.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
I want to follow your logic. No. Esther, listen. I've just proved you wrong. But you don't, I want us to stay on that because I want to show you how.
How did you prove me wrong?
Okay, because you said 80% of black men are narcissists, correct?
I stand by that.
Okay, and I've just told you, because what you described in the black community, that, the black girl, black.
Sorry, go on, I'm listening.
Please don't get emotional.
I'm not emotional, it's just kind of pathetic. Someone saying, oh, you're falling a witch. It's kind of like...
Please don't get emotional. Relax. 80% of black men are raised to be narcissists, according to you. Don't mute yourself. Esther, let her be. Don't mute anybody. Leave it. We're having a chat. 80% of black men are narcissists, according to you. And you have just described
Someone
to me
said I'm a lesbian. I'm not a lesbian. I love men, by the way. Don't be delusional now. Because I'm not supporting your Lord and Savior. I'm not a lesbian. Thank you.
Jeez, that's emotional, don't you think?
That's not emotional. I'm not a lesbian because I disagree with you.
No, but I was talking
stupid.
to you. I was talking to you,
Okay,
and you just responded emotionally to a comment that had nothing to do with
I'm not
our conversation.
emotional, but go on.
But I mean, that's actually that's what emotional is.
No, but I'm not gonna accept that someone calling me a lesbian. That's stupid.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, we're having a conversation, and then you got distracted, and then reacted from any point of view. You could have ignored it, but you.
I'm listening.
So I don't know. How can I have a conversation with somebody that's so triggered easily?
I'm listening. I'm not triggered easily.
You are.
I want Niran. Okay, I'm listening.
Oh, it's okay. So listen, I'm going to move on because the thing is this. I said what I said. Until women take accountability for the bad dating choices. Now what you're saying, I hear what you're saying in the beginning, but my point is, what you're doing sounds good to the women. It sounds fantastic. It's men's fault. But one thing I will tell you guys, one thing I will say to you, pretty, and you are definitely not going to like what I'm going to say to you, but I'm going to say because I know there's an 80% chance I'm correct. Women like you act tough online, but deep down, man, oh man, I've seen your types, man. I've dated
How
you
the
times
fuck do I
before.
act tough? How the fuck do I act tough?
A lot of you talk tough online.
I'm a lover girl. I love men.
You meet them
I
in
love
person,
relationships, but at the
and
end of the day, I am not arrogant
there's a
and I
lot
don't look down on women.
I'm telling you from my experience.
Okay,
I'm
go
telling
on.
you. I've seen your types. You remind me of someone specifically.
Okay.
Like you come off, a lot of the badass,
I'm not tough. I never said I was tough.
But my point is, the lot of your behavior, I've seen it. As a man, I've seen it. There's a lot of badassness, but deep down, you're not who you think you are.
Well, that's in your head. That's why I say you're delusional.
I mean, but you just said 80% of black men are narcissists, and you stand on that
because I disagree with you. Just because I disagree with you doesn't. You don't need to like make up some delusions in your head about who I am. Because
but I literally said I agreed with you. The first point of what you're saying. That's it. So how?
Yeah, but then why are you not making up stuff in your head? Because I disagree with you. That's
but
weird.
you also made up something in your head that 80% of black men are narcissists, and you stand by it.
I still stand by that, but that has nothing to do with you. Are you part of the narcissistic men, Kinsley?
Yes, we're all narcissists. I just told you.
Are you part of the 80% of the narcissistic men that I mentioned?
Who defines 80%? There's no definition to it.
Okay.
Am I wrong?
Well, I disagree with what you're saying. So you can make up stuff in your head and say you know me or stuff like that. That's none of my business.
But you made up something in your head too. I'm just matching your energy.
I didn't make it up in my head. Who's making this women, these highly educated women that are baby mamas? Are they dumb? Like you can't. Life happens to everyone.
Yeah, we know life happens to everybody.
It hasn't happened to you. You can just come and start trashing women and saying they need to pick better. Some women actually waited till marriage. They actually took their time to be baby mamas.
You're
just being delusional because you have a lot of these women backing you up.
Where's the statistics? Where's the statistics, please?
Wait.
You came. Okay.
Let's relax now. How about? I'm just saying. I'm just indulging you because
I don't want to be picked by Kinsley. I disagree with what he's saying. So if you like, you can all come at me.
But we're not having a conversation here, though.
Okay, you just how are we not having a conversation?
Because you are stonewalling yourself.
You're the one stonewalling yourself. I don't know what that means.
Tell me how I'm stonewalling myself.
Because I'm telling you why I think most men are narcissistic, black men.
And I'm challenging you.
And you're trying to create some narrative that doesn't make sense. You're not really listening to what I'm saying.
What narrative am I creating? Tell me.
You're trying to say that women are not accountable for the most part, and they are the reason why they fall victim to these men. And I'm telling you that is wrong. And you're making up stuff about me that has nothing to do with me.
And you said 80% of black men are narcissists.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm saying you're also a narcissist according to the psychological data.
How am I a narcissist?
And I'm a narcissist because you're a human being. Are you a robot?
Okay. No, but what does that have to do with what we're saying?
Because we're all narcissists. Because you just said 80% of black men are narcissists. I'm saying you are also a narcissist. Men are narcissists too because we are human beings. Women are narcissists too because they are human beings. So we are all narcissists. It's not just 80% of black men. Does that register, or is that still a bit confusing for you?
I was never confused. I think you're the one that needs to register whatever it is you're coming up with. I don't know.
You're confused. I'm indulging you because I'm trying to actually have a data-driven conversation, but it seems like you're stuttering. So it's like I think you came to act like Jack Sparrow, but then it's like, oh man.
Whatever.
I'm challenging you back.
No, you're not challenging anything. I do not agree with you. Most women are accountable. And I'm not going to, I think the reason why you're feeling like some God is because all these women are backing you up. But at the end of the day, yes, you do.
I don't.
Yeah, you clearly do. The thing is.
How do you think I do? How do you think I do? Tell me.
I don't know. You need to self-reflect and get that answer.
I think I'm a self-reflective guy.
No, you don't.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you watched my content at all?
Yes, I do, actually. I've been following you for a while. Some of the time you speak truth, but this topic is kind of weird.
So you think, but when I was talking about black men, was it weird?
Well, I still disagreed with some of the things you're saying, but what I'm saying is instead of blaming, pointing fingers at each other, you could actually, get down to the root of the problem. That's what I'm trying to say. And here you are acting like some demigod.
No. So what makes up the black community?
Sorry?
What makes the black community? What comprises of the black community?
Black men, black women.
Okay, so when you want to address the black community, shouldn't you address the two parts that make up the community?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you're talking about an issue that is maybe not necessarily unique to the black community, shouldn't you focus on the two groups that make up the black community? When I was focusing on black men, I focused on the lack of productivity and power of the black man. Didn't I do that?
Yeah, okay.
So when it comes to black women, women are responsible for mate selection. Women pick the men.
No, they don't. Men
They
pick
don't?
women. Yes,
How?
men pick women.
How?
Men pick women.
How?
What do you mean how? Who chases the woman most of the time? Is it not men?
Who accepts?
Jeez.
Who accepts? Who accepts? Who chooses to go? Who says yes or no?
Oh my goodness. A woman.
says
But
yes or
if
no?
a man spends months manipulated a woman spending, doing all kind of things, and she accepts, how is she to blame? How,
I have a question.
How,
Can I ask you a simple question, Pretty? Can I ask you a simple question?
what's the question?
So you say men pick the women, correct? You say men pick the women, correct?
Okay.
You said men pick the women, yes or no?
I just said yes.
Okay. So if 50 men approach a woman online on a dating app, is she going to accept all 50 of them?
Obviously not. Like, what
Okay.
kind of
So
question is
if,
that?
let's say out of the 50, let's say she accepts 10 of them to give their numbers, whatever. Is she going to sleep with all 10 of them?
No, obviously.
Let's say she sleeps with one of them, right? 50 men chased her. She picked one.
Ever heard of manipulation tactics?
I am. Go on. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kinsley. Can you hear me? Thank you very much. So I'm just going to say a couple of things quickly. So my dad used to say something. He says, little things are little things, but carefulness or carelessness towards little things is not little. And so I've been following you for a while. You know, I listen to some of the things that you talk about, and I think I'm at that season in my life. By the way, I'm turning 28 in December. And I think something that in the Black community, or generally human beings, don't pay attention to is the need for accountability. That's a whole different level of self-awareness. And I think that when people become more self-aware, they're able to make better choices. So you're able to understand, this is the kind of person that I am, and this is what I would accept, or this is what I would not accept. I think that's the point of my life that I find myself. So at the end of the day, you're not going to just jump into the dating pool and you are dating just anything. You know, anything that comes your way, you're dating it. So I think that little things like this, such as accountability, is very important. And I think many women are not accountable. We always want to, I don't want to use the word we, they always want to, because when things happen to me or with me, I always try to take a step back to say, okay, so how did I participate or how did I contribute to why this thing happened? You know, I know this sounds cliche, but the truth is we tell people or we decide how people will treat us. That's the truth. Anybody can agree or disagree, but it's the truth. So, for instance, you meet a person and then I met somebody, I know I grew up in a very healthy environment. My parents are together for this something years, you know, very comfortable. I grew up like having to see my parents reciprocate love. Do you understand? And so there are certain things I cannot accept. And there's a certain level of self-awareness I have reached that there are things that I would say no to. And it doesn't matter whether you agree as a man or not, I will not accept it because I have come to now understand, okay, so these are the things that I'm working on myself, or this is how better I have become with myself. And so I am not going to take anything or accept anything less than that. So I think the more women understand these things, the better for us. And then we don't end up with stupid men, to be honest, because like you said, which I agree with you, you said something, you said that we pick the men, and that is the truth. So if you don't pick a stupid man, you will not end up with a stupid man. I don't have the experiences a lot of people have with relationships, and it's very intentional. And I don't mind if I have to wait till I'm 35. My parents will always tell me, they'll say, take your time. take your time, and once you're, the period with which you're taking your time, you're working on yourself. There's a lot of self-reflecting that you're doing. Okay, am I toxic? What actions, what attitudes do I put out that is not nice, or that's not good for a relationship, and all of that. So when you're doing all of that work, when a stupid person comes, you're not going to accept that. That's just what I think, to be honest. Thank you very much.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you. I am Anonymous, I think. Go on.
Hi, everyone. I just wanted to share one of my it's a meme that I found, and for years now I've been living by it because I feel the importance of accountability. It's not really recognized, especially to my own gender. It says men sleep with who they can, but women sleep with who they want. Men marry who they want, but women marry who they can. The quicker we learn about this, is the better for us, because we choose our poison. We are the people who say yes. We choose what is coming our way. And when we meet someone also, we teach them how to treat us. We teach them what we will accept, and we make excuses, and we could make excuses until the cows come home. It will not help. We have to be accountable to ourselves and love ourselves and understand that we're all human. I heard you say some things, Kinsley. I heard you talked about a woman by the age of 30. More than likely, that woman will meet at least 2 men that were really good men. And I can testify to that because I remember in my younger days, I met some really good guys. And how I know this, each person that they spoke to after me, they got married to, because I scarred them. And then later on, I made so many bad decisions, being with people or choosing people who did not want to be with me really. But it was my choice. So I had to go back and reflect and take accountability and go on my healing journey. So we can't be sitting around and making excuses. The men, the manipulators, we allow ourselves to be manipulated. And sometimes when we realize it happened once and it happened twice, we have to learn to unlearn some of those behaviors or those thoughts and relearn healthy behaviors that will protect us and our children. Yes, it is my story, but it is also a story that a lot will not admit to. And this is why we have to take accountability.
Right.
We just do. That's all I had to say, by the way.
Anonymous, I'm glad you did the self-reflection. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, dear. Esther, you want to say something?
I do want to say something.
Sure.
Pick-me's get picked. In
Right.
5 years' time, we'll be talking this shit saying that they'll pick me for a pick-me.
Yeah, it's true. You know what's funny?
They get picked and they get taken care of and they get their bills paid and they have the option to work part-time or to quit completely, and they don't have to be in a workplace where their feet's hurting and they don't like their manager. They get picked. You think you're saying it as pick me. Let me even give you lots of education, because a lot of you young ones are messing up the term. The original meaning of a pick-me is a woman who goes against her own values and her own beliefs to accommodate a man. That's not what's happening here. We're saying that if you're saying men are trash and they're so horrible, why are you still opening your legs? If I don't like spiders. I don't go to a spider sanctuary and let them put webs all over me. When I see a spider, I step back. I even kill them because I don't like them. So you say these men are bad, But now, I did a live a few weeks ago, was saying that it's getting cold, and you lot will start saying it's cuffing season, and you'll come and collect your new traumatic bond. You want to do Thanksgiving and Christmas and have matching pajamas, and then come January, you're going to be talking about New Year, New Me. I'm focusing on myself. After he's broke your hat, after on Christmas Day, you realize that he's spending time with his wife, not you, because you're a side thing. So I said to you, I don't want to hear your sob stories. If I see any of your posts, I'm going to block and report you. So this is the kind of decisions you need to make. Take accountability. But you lot, The moment your fanny lips start to flutter and you get a bit horny, you go and let the son of Satan come and give you two back shots, giving the tingle in your spine some validation. Then after, when you don't come, when you have orgasms, you will now say, oh, this guy's not doing nothing for me. But when he was giving you the 3 push-ups on top of you before he passed the nut, it was okay. I'm tired.
Pick me's get picked though. Funny enough, the women that are always calling women pick me's. Sounds funny enough, you guys ain't picked. The girls that I know that are not talking like this are picked. And they're not in terrible relationships either. They're in good real relationships. You're online in my comment section shouting pick me. Who's really the loser here? Right? The pick me. You know, I don't get it though. I don't get it though. Son, welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Kekuri.
Hi, son.
Yeah, nice topic today. What I want to contribute is women should learn how to take accountability and be self-critic sometimes when needed. But if you don't learn how to criticize yourself, it's difficult to get the best out of you. And if you don't learn how to take accountability, you will keep on producing children that doesn't know how to take accountability neither. Because you are responsible for all this, both the bad boy and good and bad everything that came out of this world. Women should know that they are the most important, if you have to say it, in shape up the society, to get the good out of the society, because they are the one giving birth to both men and the woman. So what is going wrong, they should ask themselves also. And man should take their blame, but women take accountability. This is my own submission. Thank you.
Fantastic, son. I appreciate you, brother. Have a nice one, okay? Sister, welcome. Floor is yours. Guys, I have 10 more minutes, then I gotta end because I'm so tired. I've been on my feet for hours now. Yeah, but Pretty, Shira 7 is married. You're not. Pretty, you love Shira, but Shira is married though. You're not. You're a client.
Wasn't Wait, can I just say before you go? Wait, let me say something. I started following Shira 7 in... Wait. In 2015, I started following her. When she described how she met her husband in 2015, she wasn't acting how you lot are acting. Are you aware of that? So she's married, she's giving you advice that's destructive, but she's already where she wants to be. Bear that in mind.
Shira, you're a client to Shira. End of story. I'm telling you. She's married, sitting pretty in her house, telling you about pick money. How do you know? How do you even know that Shira is living that lifestyle? That's what the gullibility of women. A woman comes online, talks about do this, and you're falling for her. Shira, one thing Shira is not telling you is that she's a pretty woman. She's the beauty standard. Are you beautiful like her? She has told you. Some of you are talking about Shira. You find rich Shira. You're a client at best. I keep telling you. She's married, sitting in her house, telling women to go for men with money, chase after money. Yes, me too. Like, she's married, she's in her house, talking about pick me. She's calling pick me. Meanwhile, she was picked by somebody. How do you know that she's that rich? How do you know that she's not even splitting the bills with her husband? How many of these quote-unquote dating coaches have been exposed for not living the life that they are preaching? You are a client at best. You're here to make money. You better open your mind and believe that. Some of you are out here on the internet believing what strangers are telling you on the internet. Talking about pick me. Says, what's it? Sprinkle. Do you qualify for sprinkle? You find risk to get sprinkle? Some of you are getting $100 talking about sprinkle. $100 for like 1 hour talking about sprinkle. What the hell are you talking about? Guys, I'm going to go to everybody. 1 minute, then I really got to end the line. I'm so tired. I'm drained. Oh, sister, go ahead. Sprinkle my ass. On TikTok, talking about. That's why I go with Shara. How many are on my TikTok live? You don't like me, block me. Why are you here? Why don't you go and focus on the men with money? I don't have money. Why are you on my TikTok? If you're who you claim to be, why are you fighting in the comment section and coming on my live? You're not who you are. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you don't like me, you don't like my content, why are you here? You're here for a reason. Maybe because you find me attractive. I get that. I'm a very handsome man. I get it. You guys, you talk like that because you can't have me. So what do you have to do? You get angry. I make you tingle. I make your vajayjay tingle. It is what it is. I know it's what it's what. Pretty alchemist. I get it. You want a guy like me. I get it. You want a guy like me. I make your vajayjay do the vajayjay. I get it. I make your VJJ do the swampy dance. I get it, pretty. I get it. I know you cannot get a guy like me, pretty. I understand that. The only guys you get don't look as handsome as I do. They don't have nice beards, no jawline. They don't speak as smooth as I do. Pretty, I get it. Pretty, calm down. I understand you have to come on my life and try to get angry. I understand. You cannot get a guy like me, pretty. I understand it. But it's okay. Keep going, doing your sprinkle. One day, the Shira witch will bless you with a man 10 times your age or 20 times your age. And you can get into his will before he passes away. Pretty, I understand it. You can't get a guy like me. It's normal. It's part of the game. But keep following the witch, and the witch will bless you with a man who is about to pass off so you can inherit. Just hope he doesn't have kids, though, because they will give you bass boss. Diamond, the floor is yours.
Thanks, Lee. Nice one. Good evening. So I just want to be very quick. There is one platform that this lady, she was talking about why Nigerian African women, why they divorce their husbands. Immediately they get to the UK, or when they are in the UK, they learn the life, they divorce their husbands. So I went and I was sharing my own story, because when I grew up, like the other lady said, my dad, blessed memory, was a pastor of a church. So we grew up very well. We were focused, 7 of us, all married and like now. But when I was in school, I was very focused. I graduated with the first class. I was like, I have a father that my father would tell me that if you don't like a man or love a man or want to have anything to do with a man, that alone cannot leave my head, and I will pass it on to my children. Do not even look his way, not to talk of getting anything like money, like say I want to play games with that man, because he is a man. Tell me that some men are something else. One. Then when I graduated, I went for my NYSC. That was how I met my husband. My husband was a nice guy, very good. He's a lawyer, he's a lecturer in the university. So we got married. Everybody, they were like, nice couple. Immediately we got married. The next month I was pregnant and it was going. And he was to move because he had already done his master's in the UK here. So he was to move for his PhD. So since I was pregnant, he started calling people and like, oh, what should I do? Should I take her? Mind you, he had so much money that he would have gone with me, but he was asking people and they were like, oh, leave her so that your mom will take care of her and stuff. So he left me behind. Like we got married, it was like 4 months time. He left. So I started seeing things that I did not see in my friendship. Like we are talking about chaotic men. So I started seeing things that was not there in the friendship. Like I don't need a second person to talk to before I talk to my husband. He's always referring me to, if I said something, is Mama aware of this? Stuff like wasn't comfortable with me. So one man in the platform that I was sharing my experience was like, why did you not leave? Why did you not leave? I was like, who got married 3 months and just want to live like that? When you are talking to people and they are like, no, marriage is like that. You have to stay. You have to love your this. You understand? So that is why sometimes it is very difficult for me to judge people or to blame people. This is both men and women because we all have different stories. This one is my own. I didn't say it's another person's story. It was when I now put to bed, then in like my son was 4 months when I moved to UK with my husband and things started normalizing. So if it was not marriage, I would have gone. I would have been gone. You understand? I would have been gone.
Okay, Diamond.
But now we have been married for 6 years. You understand what I'm trying to say? Sometimes these women is because of other women too, they give us bad advice. In fact, it's not even if it was not married. If I was not already pregnant, I would have said, no, this was not, I didn't see this in friendship. I want to go. You understand what I mean? So that's why sometimes I understand what you are doing is good, that we are preaching to some of the people that are looking for relationships and are looking for what you did not see in friendship can even come up in marriage. It's the ability to like make campaigns and changes and stuff like that and still build on your life. That's what I just have to say.
Okay, thank you so much, dear.
Yeah.
Who's next, please? Sorry, guys. Let's wrap up. Please, Glow, go ahead. After Glow, we go to Yakoi, Patricia, Jordan. I'm ending the live, man.
Hello, everybody. Yeah. Good evening, Kingsley.
What's up, Glow? Welcome, brother. How are you, sir?
I'm doing fine. Yeah.
Please.
I want to say something very important because I think it is high time our women, so not all of them are guilty of this, but it's high time they start taking accountability. It is high time they start looking into the mirror and facing the reality and stop avoiding the obvious reality, because the criticism is no longer constructive and it is no longer helpful. You see, when it comes to, they keep telling us that, oh, it is because of the society that the men in the society aren't father figures and the likes. And so because the men aren't father figures, that means they have no role model to look up to. But the fact is this, you don't have to have everything in life. Somebody that is great in life. For instance, a lot of these ladies, they go online, they learn a lot of things about sex, they learn about the different kind of styles involved. Nobody tells them that. Nobody teaches them that. They have to learn it by themselves. But they tell us that to learn submission, it's a difficult thing. To learn how to work with a man is a difficult thing. But they got to learn these things by themselves. Online, they went there, they bought different kind of cassettes, CDs to learn all these kind of things. They cannot learn how to be submissive. Okay, education-wise, they came from many homes whose mothers or parents weren't that educated. But they saw a need to be educated despite the background. They went for that. In the area of money too, they want to be 6 figures earner, but they cannot learn how to be submissive. The fact is this: enough of these unnecessary accusations, enough of all this avoidance of realities. Women have to wake up to the responsibilities and able for whatever they do. Thank you very much.
But I have a quick question for you about this submission topic. So don't you think women submit when the environment is created?
If a man decides to take you into his house, he has provided everything for you. The accommodation, everything.
Automatically?
Yeah, he said yes.
I don't agree with you, but brother, we have to move on. But it's okay. It's okay. We don't have to, because that would take us into another conversation. But anyway, Glow, thank you so much, brother. I need to go to Yakoi and then Patricia and then Joe and then Tego closes up. Okay. Thank you, brother. Yakoi, please make it quick, dear. Please make it quick. Welcome.
Okay. Hi, Kingsley. Hi, everyone. Thank you for.
Hi.
Yes, what I wanted to say is about the accountability of the woman is very important, because what we are facing today in Black community is the fact that our last generation, I would say this 60 years maybe, we've been in a process of giving value too much to things that are external to ourselves. We are valuing material, money, all this kind of thing, and our success in the life, our professional success. But we forget that the base thing that we need to value is ourselves first. We need to value ourselves first, because the value of yourself is knowing your value, knowing who you are, knowing what you accept or not, what you are ready to get engaged in or not, what you're ready to do or not, to give your energy, all this kind of thing. Normally, a normal woman is supposed to know in their childhood. Normally, if you're in a normal family, they will teach you to keep, to know your value, to preserve yourself from certain situations that is not yours, not to go in certain places, not to deal with certain people, because you know yourself and you know this is not for you. This here is for me. I will go there. I don't go there. So today, everything is confused. Everything is so confused that people don't know their own value, So because you don't know your value, right, you're ready to give up on yourself and give up your power. So you're going to engage in a relationship where you end up accusing somebody else instead of you have to relearn about your value. And the last thing I would like to say is that, let's just finish this last sentence. We women, we are the standards of civilization. We are the standards of our nation. We are the standards of our family. We are the standards of this world. We are the ones to give the standards by which everyone will stand. So Those standards is you displaying your value outside there that make people, the men, to respect you because they will come to you on the basis of the value you are displaying out there. So if you decide to minimize your value or to compromise yourself, you're going to pay. So a nation cannot rise higher than its woman. For a nation to rise higher, woman has to display value. That's the order of the day today. This is what I would like to say. I'm stop here.
See, I think a lot of people got me mixed up. You see, and that's the thing with live streams. Live streams, some people just come in the middle, and maybe when they came into the live, they saw me screaming. They're like, this guy is a misogynist. No, I'm not. And all I am saying here is accountability. That's all I'm saying. And it's unfortunate because you cannot replay a live. Guys, just by the way, guys, I'm making a very nice soup. So I'm very excited. That's why I want to end the live, but people seem to want to talk some more. So it's all good. I'm looking forward. But it's all about accountability.
Yeah.
I'm making a nice, I don't know, it's called Ozuza. I don't know, it's a mix of, because
You don't need to tell me. I hear it sizzling. I can hear the sound sizzling, yeah.
Let me show you guys. I don't know if you guys can see the pot. This is meats, fish, dried fish.
Wow.
Oh,
you're living the life.
Yes. So you know what?
That's good.
I want everybody to make their point so that we can just have an open conversation. Okay, how's that? So, Yako, you can stay.
Yes.
Patricia, make a point. Joe, make a point. Tiga, make a point. And everybody can then we can just have a chat. Okay, I don't have to end the live. I think you guys can just have a conversation and then. Yeah, let's do that. Patricia, make the live. Joe, go. Yeah. Tiga, go. Okay.
Yes, Jack. Greetings to everyone. I'd like to give thanks and praises to the young lady that just spoke in, because I was really getting not upset or anything. It's just to know what we are becoming as men and women, and I'm seeking within myself also to know that I value on this earth as much as anyone. But we have to look into our minds and correct what we know that we're not supposed to be doing as man and woman. Yours, because yes, I can sit here and say that I feel a way because of this or that, but it was my choice, yes. And I see my choice was not good for me, not to blame that person or feel any way towards that person or anything, because I don't know what life holds. That person might come up and say, you know what? He had to look, or she had to look into themselves also to say, I am the right person. I was doing what I'm supposed to do as a person within myself. So, sisters, I would just say to all of us, we must look into ourselves first before we point the finger at anyone. And I give thanks to you, my brethren. I just happened to been scrolling through my tablet this morning, and I saw the eye, and I just like to give thanks to you for being upfront, because when we hear from a man, when he says, or even tell us he's not ready for this, he's not this, that, we must listen and pay that respect to that person. It might not just be now, but, we must just continue living. So give thanks.
And I want to say this quickly before I go to Joe and then we go to Tigger. It's like, I have made mistakes. I have made mistakes in dating. Sorry guys, I'm cooking, so if you hear the thing, that's the background noise. I've made mistakes. But I've said this before on my previous videos, on my previous live. I don't blame the girls that treated me bad. I don't. Did they treat me bad? Yes, they did. But I still don't blame them. I still put the accountability on myself. Guys, I'm telling you this. The moment you start taking radical accountability for yourself, life gets better. Life gets better. You cannot make improvements if you don't look at yourself and say, shit, it's my fault. I've had things happen to me. It's just that I don't talk about. I'm sure Tiga is as a man, and there's a reason why I listen to the men, because I want the men to show you that women also can be fuckers, assholes. Yes. Because online, it's all about men, this, men, that, men, this, men. There's a lot of good men out there that women scarred. It's not only men doing the scarring of women. There are men who are very good. Some of you have brothers. Some of you have cousins. Some of you have nephews that you know, you can even vouch for, These are good men. Women scar those men too. The reason I'm showing this is so that we also see that women also need an accountability that needs to be. The women also need to take accountability. But let me go to Joe so that everybody can make their first point. Joe, the floor is yours. Then after you, it's Tega. Please, Joe.
Hi.
So welcome.
I just wanted to speak from the perspective of a child who struggled with the mother taking accountability, because we were speaking about how sometimes mums can cause issues too. I come from a single parent home, and growing up, like, there was a lot of issues. To be honest though, my mum did admit this to me. I have 2 other half siblings on my dad's side, but we don't really speak. And before my mum married my dad had 2 previous children, and it was from 2 different women. So he had a child with a woman, and then his second child was also with another woman. I'm 19 and my parents separated when I was 2, so I'm not really like close with my dad. We don't talk. But the other day she even like admitted to me saying that she regrets that she chose to marry my dad. They're divorced now because the 2 women he was with previously, like, they were kind of like his baby mums. And then he chose to marry her. And she said that seeing the way how he was with those women and treated his children, she regrets marrying my father. But then another thing as well is, I think sometimes culturally when women are in like bad relationships, it's kind of like a given where it's like, oh, you should stay, even though it's wrong. Because, for example, the age that my mum was at, she shouldn't have stayed. When she was with my stepdad, he passed away. He cheated on her and 2 other children with another woman. And growing up, like, that was really hard to see because they would always argue and stuff like that. Even after she chose to stay, there was always like trust issues, and seeing the arguments as a child was really like bad to see. And sometimes as well, I think that as well, growing up as a child, take advice from your parents, but also sometimes know like you can't always follow everything they say. For example, with my mum, in her opinion, like, every guy cheats or you should stay because it's just a given thing. Like, even a family friend that we had, she left a relationship because, and she had children for the man. They were married actually, and she chose to leave because he cheated on her. And my mom, she never told her, but whilst we were having a discussion about it at home, she was even like, oh, like, she shouldn't have left because she has the 2 children and she should have been loyal. But I just feel like it's wrong to say to stay even if you're not being treated well. Like, for example, even with me, I know, like, if I had a boyfriend and I got cheated on, my mum would be like, stay, but I wouldn't want to do that. So I was just wanted to speak about the perspective from toxic mums, because
Okay.
yeah, so yeah.
Got it. No, fantastic, Joe. Thank you. Tega, the floor is yours, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, happy Sunday to everyone. Greetings to you. I saw you from when you were outside, but I was busy at the time. I couldn't when you were having your rant. I was enjoying it.
Man, that is so unlike me too, by the way. Just so you guys know.
No, I think this is my first time of joining your live, but I was just flipping through TikTok Street. I saw you ranting. I said, okay, I was back from church. I was just, who's upset this guy today? Well, I was enjoying what you were saying anyway. And let me just give my 2 cents here. Women choose chaotic men. You see, we've listened to submissions and things like that. You know, we need to go back to the drawing board. How were these choices made? The thing is this, you know, a daughter's, what's it called? A daughter's first love is her father. I'm talking about responsible fathers now, not, you know, her father. He teaches her things, gives her confidence, and women are not able to vet men. That's the problem. So if we go back, I know not everyone is African here, you know, but I will speak to the African tradition now. You know, when you want to get married, back in the days, they'd still do it, but it's not like how it used to be done. It's like a background check. You know, your father, the lady will say, oh, this guy is interested in me. They will ask questions. The father will speak to the guy man to man. Within 5 minutes, he knows whether that man is serious or, you know, background checks. These things are not done these days. He loves me, butterflies in the belly, he's saying the sweet nothings and all that. You just, women are gatekeepers. They have value. And in any organization, you have gatekeepers. If you're working on a project, if they're doing testing, you have a gatekeeper who signs off things. If anything leaves the company and goes wrong, it's that gatekeeper who signs it, who takes the responsibility. Women control access to sex.
Truly, you're right, my brethren.
So it bothers me, especially with we come here to learn. We learn from each other. No one is an island of knowledge. But it bothers me taking responsibility. I know there are stupid men out there, silly men out there. No marriage is perfect. And I'm not subscribing to where there's DV or abuse that it should linger on. No, marriage is when they give you this, they give you the certificate before you even start the journey. They say, here's the certificate. They've given you the certificate. The journey is never rosy, except on Nollywood, Bollywood, Hollywood, Telemundo, Disney World, Alice in Wonder, Titanic. Those are where you see the love. But in practice, that's not how it works. You need to put in the work. You need to put in the work. Both of you. You need to be intentional. There will be challenges. There will be good times. There will be bad times. There will be happy times. There will be sad times. Nobody's told you that when you were exchanging your marital vows that you're going to be happy ever after. No. Even the children you give birth to, you cannot make them happy every day. There are days they are grumpy, they throw up, tantrums and all that. Both of you have to put in the work. Now, from the beginning, the vetting process has been faulty. So if the foundation is faulty, you're building a house on a faulty foundation, what do you expect?
It's gonna crumble.
What do you expect? Let us throw our emotions aside and see this, because the thing here is this. The black society, especially in the Western world, is crumbling.
Yes.
It pains me because people are not seeing it. I've seen it physically where a single mother, the child is 17, the boy is beating up the mom. He's taking, what's it called? Substance abuse. And one day he ran out of the house. He said,
beating up the mom?
Yeah. He started following gangs. And then, I think the mom thought he could rein him in or something. And then the boy ran away from home, said he's not coming home. He said he doesn't want to see the mom, said he wants to go see but the father has moved on. The father was in the United States. So they had to buy a ticket for the guy to go to the US. It's sad. When you see all these things, it's sad. Problems do happen, So if we get the basics right from the beginning, the foundation, the vetting process, the vetting process is very important. If you get it right, I'm not saying that the chances of it going wrong will be slim, will be reduced. That's what I'm saying. And where there are problems, maybe the guy is cheating or the woman is doing this, you have somebody to report to who is accountable to both the man and the woman. These things, in most cases, you even exclude your parents from the marriage process and all that. And this is where the problems are coming. I rest my case now.
Okay, I'll circle back to you, Tega, because I have another question. Patrick.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, I'm not bringing anybody up again because I want.
Thanks for my gift.
No, thank you so much, everybody. I want to go into questions now. I just want to have questions, and I want to be the one to ask questions and have people answer me. So, Patrick, please make your point, and I go to Empress, and then I have a lot of questions that I want people to tell me. Patrick, brother, the floor is yours, sir. Pat Rick, yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. Good evening, guys. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
I just jumped into this discussion. And so the topic here is women choose chaotic men. Is that the topic?
I mean, if you're going to join the live, yeah, that's the topic.
Okay. So, yeah, as my own point of view, it's not really that women choose chaotic men. So every relationship or marriage lies on both partners or how it should be built on. I was like, I know here I'm married with a white woman. The first woman I was with, we got divorced, or I got divorced because things was not working accordingly. So I separated from her because I had to take care of my kid. So I was like a single father for a little while with him before I met the one I'm with now.
Yeah.
So on the long run, things went as planned. So most times people should not stay in a marriage or in a relationship that is like not good or not cannot be good for the kid to grow in. When you see some things that are not going according to plan, it's better you leave for the sake of your kids. So I left that marriage for the sake of my kid. So when I left, then she wanted to take over the kid from me, which we went to court and so many other things, which I want the custody of the kid. You know, it's not easy to see a single father in Europe. Most times, it's mostly the women that take custody. It's uncommon to see the men having the custody of kids. So I was with him for a while. So before I was a single father alone. Before I got entangled with the woman I'm with today now. She's born from here. She's from here in Sweden. So although in the first instance, well, my plan was not to be with a white woman, but circumstances at times I didn't plan that I was gonna be with a white woman. But then at the long run, I was like, yeah, it's all about someone that can make me comfortable, that can take good care of my kid, that can support me, that can help me grow. Do you understand? So I know mostly, or the African mentality is like you have to come marry from your culture. You as an Igbo man or traditional man.
But brother, how does that tie into the topic? I just don't understand.
What is it?
How does that tie into what we're talking about? I'm sorry, because I'm trying to make sure okay. I hear you. I'm just trying to make sure like it aligns with the topic. You know what I mean?
Okay, so
how does it connect to the topic? So that I understand you. Because I understand what you're saying, but it doesn't connect into the topic we're discussing.
I'm deviating from the topic.
Yes, sir. Respectfully, you are. Should I fill you in?
Okay, I'm sorry.
Should I fill you in?
Sorry, man. Yeah, sorry, fill me in though. Sorry.
Okay. So typically, I prefer when somebody, when you join the live, you have to understand what we're talking about already, please. But okay, let's do this. Let me go to Empress first. I'll come back to you. Okay, Pat.
That's
okay,
better.
please.
That's better. Sorry.
Because you have to understand. You have to understand. I'm the host, and I'm thinking of Tega. I'm thinking of Joe. I'm thinking of Patricia. I'm thinking of Yoko and the people on the comment section. You know, they've been here, and to deviate takes away from. It doesn't show respect to them. You understand? So it's not even about me. It's about my audience, yeah? Okay, I'll come back to you, brother. Empress, go ahead.
Hello, everyone. Good evening.
Hi, Empress.
For me, I just feel like at times women choosing chaotic men is maybe some of it is due to poor choices and like they were at a very young age. Because I will love to use an example of my elder sister. She started dating her husband. Her husband was of late. Her husband is of late, sorry. But back then, she started dating her husband at a very tender age. I think 15 or 16, if I'm not mistaken. So, like, she was a teenager. She was stubborn. She wasn't listening to mom and everything. And, my mom actually tried her best to, as a single mom, to guide her and be like, what you're doing is wrong. Like, listen to me. I know what is best for you. But at the end of the day, she still went ahead to do what pleased her, and she made a lot of mistakes. At times, she'll come home crying to my mom like she regrets getting married to her husband. The marriage is not going as she planned for it to be. Like, everything was just going sideways, and later on, the husband died. So I just feel like at times also, the age, it plays a role also in it, because there are some ages that you don't think, you just act in the moment. You don't really think about the consequences in the future. You're just like, oh, okay, I'm in love, blah, blah, blah. He loves me back. Let me just do what makes me happy at the moment. Because I just believe like our parents will tell us what is best for us because they love us. But as teenagers or as young adults, we just believe maybe we are taking the right decisions for ourselves at the moment.
Yeah, okay. Okay, got you there. Guys, okay, I got to go because my neighbors are calling me. So I'm going to go to Patrick. So Patrick, brother, I understand you came there. So this is what we're talking about. Because I've been live for almost 4 hours now. We're talking about, Patrick, are you there, bro? Are you there, sir?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, so we're talking about like why, when women talk about terrible men, they always like to say there's no good men out there, or there's no good men. So where I said, okay, there's good men, you just don't choose them. That's what we're talking about. So that's essentially what we're talking about. Do you want to speak on that quickly, or you don't have to say anything if you don't have any comments. But if you want to speak on it, happily speak on it. Okay?
Yeah, I can just speak a little about it. Although that was why I was coming from, maybe I was discussing so much about the whole thing. Do you understand?
Okay.
So
Just quickly.
maybe I was like, yeah, let me just make it more concise, more short. You understand? So I was bringing the whole picture of it. There are good men out there, of course. But you know, when you talk about a marriage relationship, as in, it's not always easy. It's like most times, some people see some red flags as in initial stage, then they overlook it. So I have a very good example in regard to my sister or a family relative. This guy was in a way of trying to get married to her. This guy canceled the marriage so many times. There were so many red flags. Then he called me, understand, for me to give him some advice about the marriage. He was telling me that she doesn't respect him. She doesn't bring food for him on the table. They have to respect him like as the head of the house. Do you understand? Trying to cancel the marriage so many times. I told my sister, this is a pure red flag in this marriage. What? No. Okay, please, I can't continue now. I have to take care of my kid.
Okay, guys, I'll let you guys give your final thoughts. I'll start with Empress. Empress, give your final thoughts and end. Then we'll go to Tega, then we go to Joe, then we'll go to Patricia, then we go to Yoko, because I got it. Man. Wait, let me flex. Let me flex a little bit on you guys. Let me flex. I want you guys to hear that.
You're living the life. Wow.
You see this?
Wow.
Tega,
Why are you doing this to us?
Tega, do you see this?
I see it. I'm so jealous.
I need you guys to be jealous. Wait. Let me show you a little bit of it. We have crayfish inside. We have you see, we have catfish. Tega, you shall us.
Wow. I'm finished. I'm pounded yam.
I'm gonna eat it with Wait. Okay, Empress, give us your final thoughts, man. Empress, your final. Am I mute? Empress, your final. Okay.
Yeah, and also I think at times women choose chaotic men based on the, how can I say this, like the benefits they get from the relationship or marriage. Maybe the man is giving them money or supporting their families. There is like abuse in the marriage or in the relationship, but they can't leave due to the fact that they are getting like financial support from the man or something.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Empress. Appreciate you. Mr. Tega.
Yeah, so back to basics, please. The vetting process is very important because when you are in love, you ignore the red flags and red carpets. And then when you now cross the bridge, you've already entered one chance. Women, you are beautiful, you have value, you are virtuous. Please maintain your high standards. What we see on TikTok and social media now is crazy. You know, you are of high value. Please, we love you. I love women, but it pains my heart when I see, marriage crumble and the family, dysfunctional families and all that. It's really bad. It's really bad. Please. Thank you.
Tega, you from Delta State?
Yeah.
It's a very popular. I have a cousin from Delta. His name is Ogene Tega. I'm guessing that's your name as well.
Yeah, that's my name, Ogene Tega. You're from Delta too?
No, I'm from Akwa Ibom.
Okay. Yeah. Go. Your ladies and the Cross River, they cook the best soups.
See, so actually, my father is from Akwa Ibom State. My mother is from Cross River State.
Wow.
So I am a good cook by default.
Yeah, wow. My dad could speak if Efik and Ibebio.
Really?
Yeah.
Tega, you know what? I'm going to have a live about Nigeria.
Yeah.
Just purely Nigeria. But anyway, I'm going to go on a quick tangent. I'm going to do a live about Nigeria and what we would do if we were Nigerian. If we had the power to fix Nigeria. To me, I think if you want to be a national office holder in Nigeria, you understand?
Yeah.
I think whether you want to be president, whether you want to be minister, whether anything, you must be able to speak at least 3 main languages in Nigeria. You must be able to speak Igbo, you must be able to speak Hausa or Yoruba or any other language. That's me. What do you think quickly on that? Quickly. To like foster that national...
It's going to be a tough one, but I understand a bit of Igbo, I understand a bit of Hausa and Yoruba, but I'm not fluent in it. Well, it's going to be a tough one.
That idea.
Well, would it really? I don't think it would really make any difference. I don't think so. I don't think so.
I feel like it just fosters like that unity. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. You know, it's one of the things.
Well, for example, you have most of our presidents who were military leaders. They served all over the country. They were involved in the war, and most of them understand different languages. You know, so
okay.
They did the likes of Obasanjo and IBB. You know, so they didn't really do any good. Did it really?
I think.
But when you raise that, when you start that live stream, I would hopefully I will join it. Yeah, I'll join it.
Thanks for stepping up, sir. I appreciate you. All right.
No worries. Thanks for bringing me up. God bless.
Joe, your final thoughts, madam. Then we go to Patricia, and then we end with Yakoi.
Hi, my final thoughts was just gonna say that it's good for women to hold accountability, and also hopefully a good thing that will happen when we hold accountability is that when women start choosing better men, even their own children will understand better how to choose better men. For example, especially me, as a girl growing up without a father figure, other girls have probably been through similar experience, and it can kind of like affect the way you see men, because like how Tega was talking about the vetting process, you feel like you don't really have like a male role model to speak to or to ask about, or like I don't know how to explain it, but someone to look up to know like how you should be treated. And then another thing I was gonna talk about, because I'm 19, is that I think earlier you were speaking about how like music and the media has also like affected dating as well. And I feel like sometimes as well, even things like that, especially in the young generation, like my generation, is affecting people's choices. Like, for example, a lot of girls nowadays, especially my age, they just want a guy who has a lot of money, who will just trick on them. But they're like ignoring his character. I see that especially like at university as well. Like a lot of relationships these days are just casual. Like it's just about what can I get tangible from it. Like for example, women wanting money, or men, I don't know, like just wanting sex. But it's not good, because sometimes women just place themselves in situations where they know that they'll get heartbroken. Like I know a lot of women or girls like young, like for example at university, like most of the time nowadays at university, people aren't really like dating seriously. They're just looking for something casual, like having sneaky links where someone will just come over to sleep with them and go, or friends with benefits, and then they will catch feelings and whatnot. And it just causes like a lot of drama. And then also for a lot of girls who don't like casual interactions, like me, to be honest, I still like have my virginity at 19, which is rare in this generation. And a lot of guys don't even believe me, but I just don't really like the idea of casual interaction. Like I don't want to just meet someone and have sex for the first time with a one night stand. But yeah, it's a bit difficult at a young age, obviously, like to find a serious relationship. It's not even that I'm necessarily looking for a serious relationship, but I'm just like observing how some young people are, and then after they will say, "Oh, I'm heartbroken," and blah blah blah. But if you've met a guy and he said, "Oh, I just want something casual," and you fall in love with him, like it's not going to be serious. So yeah, I was just going to speak about, that was just my main point about women and thinking about that.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And I'm just going to say this to you. As a big brother, Joe, I'm big brother Kingsley, all right? I'm 29. I'm 10 years his senior. So you better listen to me, Joe, because I know what the hell I'm talking about. Are you listening to me, Joe? Joe?
Yeah, still here.
Yeah, say big brother Kingsley, I'm listening.
I'm listening.
Hey, no. Big brother Kingsley, I'm listening.
Big brother Kingsley, I'm
there
listening.
we go. I wanted to say that. I just feel like I needed to little sister somebody. I just felt like saying I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm older than you, girl. I know more about life. I'm sorry. Sometimes I wish I had a junior. I wish I had somebody younger than me to senior. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. I had to leave that out on you, Joe. Sorry. No, but yeah, I'm happy. Just listen. Take care of you. You're not missing out on anything, okay, Joe? You're not missing out on anything. Trust me. Because I know some women, they are under this pressure, this illusion that, I have to have a boyfriend. You understand me? I'm sure you know what I'm talking about already anyway.
Yeah,
Like, I need to have a
sometimes
boyfriend.
as well,
Yeah.
it's also peer pressure. Like some women, if they're in a friendship group and like all their girls have a man, blah blah blah. Like even most girls like in their friendship group nowadays, that's all like they're really talking about and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You're
I
not
think
missing out on
for
anything.
my generation, we take social media too seriously. Like the girls will look at a celebrity like a rapper and be like, "Oh, look at what this rapper gifted her girl," and then they will be like, "Oh." Like for example, at my age, a lot of girls actually expect guys to be rich. Like thinking
But Joe, stay on. Let's give Patricia a chance to make their last and drop, and you're going to then we can just have a banter, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Patricia, make your statement and drop. You're going to make your statement and drop so that Joe, because I want to ask you some questions as a young girl growing up as well, if you don't mind. Patricia, go ahead, dear.
Yes, give thanks again. I'm just like to say I enjoyed the program this morning. And I'm 65 years old. So tuning in to this young guy here this morning, I give thanks and praises because I am looking within myself to straighten out myself. Yovers, like I said, I'm not here to blame anyone for what I went through or what I didn't go through. I know I have to go forward. So that's what I'm looking forward to do and have enough respect for each and every one. Because like I said, who knows? As I keep myself the way the universe say that I must keep myself and me with my mind state, I will get that reward, So I give thanks to all that was on this line today. Just know we all have to work within our own minds. We cannot blame anyone for anything. And I give thanks to you.
Joe, Patricia, thank you so much, dear. Appreciate you. You can drop. Yokoi. After Yokoi, Joe, I'll just keep you for like 10 minutes that we can talk a little bit. Yeah? Go ahead, Yokoi.
Okay. Greetings to everyone again. Definitely today, I think we need really to be in this idea of not blaming anyone, but being more concerned about you, how to improve yourself, looking inside yourself, making more introspection than, trying to blame somebody else. Because all of us, look at the world today, everything is so confused. So who is going to blame who? Who is perfect? Who is not making mistake today? So the idea, I think, is for us to be able to look inside ourselves and to see what you can improve, what I can improve in myself for my benefits, so I can be an example, so I can be inspiration for anybody else. This is a process I think we need. We are in a time we cannot go blaming anybody. And specifically when coming to the Black community, Black men, Black women, this conversation is serious because our relationship had been damaged. Sorry, my English is not perfect. I'm an French speaker, okay? Basically.
Stop.
I'm trying to find a word.
Stop apologizing, man. Come on.
Yes, okay.
I don't like it when speak your mind, make mistakes. Who cares, man? I make mistakes all the time.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
And how many people can speak French?
Many.
In this live. How many of you can speak Français in this live? Not a lot. I'm trying to hype you up, man. Agree with me.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So, yes, we have to be really in a process of self-accusation spirit, self-analysis spirit. This is going to be the best thing to do because we have been damaged. Our relationship had been damaged for so long time that when we come together, we want to engage in a relationship. Okay. We have to be more concerned about the own self. I have to be more concerned about myself than the other. And by doing so, I can be a source of inspiration. I will show more gratitude to life. I will show more respect for myself and, take back my respect, take back my value for myself and display it, than I used to do before. So that's how we can go to start on a new foundation, to bring more balance. As I said before, I need to say it again, because I learned this teaching, from somebody very important. faith, no nation can rise higher than its woman. No nation can rise higher than its woman. It means that we as women, we are the measure. We are the standards by which a society, the world, the couple, or everybody is going to stand by. Because if we forget about our own value, then we are giving up on the world to stand. So by standing on a value for myself and display it and demand anybody to respect this value, this is very fundamental for me, for my survival, but for everything that I'm going to build, So if I set a standard for myself, this standard, the man who is going to get engaged with me will bow to these standards. If he's not able to bow to these standards, then it is not my man. If a man cannot bow to your standards, this is not your man. It's going to be dangerous for you to get engaged with this man and to give yourself, your submission, capacity, everything that you're supposed to give to a man, you give to the wrong person, then you end up get damaged. You end up being damaged. So it's very important for us to be very mindful of that. Mindful that your value, if you don't know your value, just go somewhere or somebody can teach you and tell you who you are and go from that and practice it. And then when the men come to you, then you can display it, show it. Then you and your men stand a value. You will set the standard for your couple. Then you will set the standard for your house, your family, the standards for your village where you are or the town where you are, standards for your nation, this is how it works. We as women, we are the standards of the world. Don't get confused about that because we're living in a world today. Women has been devalued so much. Look at the movies. We are nothing anymore. All this is done on purpose. But we as women, we are the one to decide if we want to continue this way. The conversation today about women, and the last thing I would like to say is that when we come to this conversation, knowing that we've been damaged, we have to recognize that. We've been damaged, all of us. So when we come together in a couple, this discussion can be difficult to have because we are going to blame each other. It's your fault. It's a man. He's narcissistic or whatever. Or the woman is not good because they're a woman. They are going to sell themselves to anybody. It's not this kind of conversation. We have to have another level of conversation which is more mature, which is based on the principle, the spirit of self-accusation, self-analysis. This is going to be more conducive to building a relationship with somebody else. Yeah, I will stay here. So I will stop here. My purpose. Thank you very much, Kingsley, for this. Your panel is very, very interesting because you bring every time interesting topic and which is a very they're current. They are on the time. They're very timely, those topics. So thank you very much. Have a great evening.
Always a pleasure to have you, Yoko. Bonne soirée. Hein?
Bonne soirée. À bientôt. Merci beaucoup.
À bientôt. Ciao.
Merci à vous aussi.
Bonne semaine.
Bonne semaine. Merci.
Ciao. Jojo, I'm just going to keep it for 10 minutes, I assure you. So Jojo, listen, man, you're not missing out on anything, okay? You're a young girl. Keep your head right. Don't let anybody convince you that if you don't have a certain amount of guys, you're talking to a certain level of guys, you're weak, you're not.
Now, to be honest, I've spoken to guys before, but I've just never been in a relationship.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't have to. I just because I've seen and I've heard stories of girls, young girls in the early teens. Oh yeah, my friends told me that if I'm not do this, do that. So I
think for girls, it's a thing where, as well, once you be intimate with the person, if you're too intimate early on, you see how girls get more emotionally attached to sex, then it becomes harder for them to leave. And I think a lot of that is mostly due to peer pressure. For example, in sixth form, I remember a lot of girls, girls to girls, how girls tell each other very close things. They would speak about their experiences, blah, blah, blah. So some girls thought it was weird if, I don't know, their friend had been with many guys and they were still a virgin, blah, blah, blah. But I kind of know myself, and I just feel I just don't, especially at uni, having casual interactions with people, it also even gets you in trouble. People spread rumors. I don't even want to be known as a hoe or anything, but I just don't like the idea, like, you don't know the person and you want to sleep with them. But yeah, that's what I mean, like, it's about choosing the right person. Like, I've spoken to a guy before, like, he knew, like, I wasn't ready for anything intimate. He even, like, he still treated me well, like, spoke to me. He even, like, would at times, like, buy me food and stuff. And we did, we didn't, like, have sex. We don't talk anymore, but he wasn't really, like, trying to pressure me to anything. I think if someone is serious about you, then they will also care about your personality and stuff like that. But it just depends. Like, it depends on your personality. Like, for me, I don't think I have an issue with peer pressure. And not every girl is like that. Like, the other two, I'm in a friendship group with 2 other girls, and yeah, like, we've spoken to guys before, but we don't make, like, finding a man our main focus.
That's what I'm talking about.
I also value, like, friendships a lot, and I think a lot of the time with women, sometimes even with women, when they're too focused on relationships, they forget about friendship, like womanhood. Like, I know some women, they say, like, their man is their only friend, which is actually, like, a very bad way of thinking. That relationship breaks up, you have no one to talk to, and that doesn't happen with men. Like, you notice with men, they'll be in a relationship or married, and they still have their guy friends, or they talk to their boys.
To me, Joe, like, I like a woman who has a social life.
Yeah, same.
I don't want to be a woman's center of the universe, honestly. No. I want to be a part of your world. I don't want to be your world. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I would find that weird too if a guy had no friends. And I do know some women as well, they don't like they want to be, like, the center of attention to the guy. But I don't know, I just think that's scary, like, that's toxic.
That's weird. I have a question for, like, the reason I'm curious to talk to you is because, again, you're in a very different demographic.
Yeah.
Than most of us. So, like, as a young girl, like, how are you seeing life overall? Like, what's your stance already? Like, do you feel like the media is coming against you? Do you feel represented positive? Do you feel like your archetype of who you are is represented well in the Black media or in media in general?
Who I am? Do you mean, like, how people portray, like, the generation I'm in?
No, again, because you seem like a young girl that's very disciplined. You hold your, clearly from, I mean, I don't know you, but from what you've said, you sound like a girl that has, you know, you're trying your best to keep yourself structured, you know?
To be fair, I think the reason why I'm like this is because, like, I feel like for most people, when they come from, like, a home that's not the best, like, for example, how I said earlier, my mum is a single parent. You either have the girl who becomes like their mum, as in not blaming my mum for being a single parent, but maybe like making bad choices or, like, focusing too much on men, or you either have the girl who will learn from other people. I think I'm someone where if I see someone in a situation and I'm like, I don't want your life to be like that, I will, like, learn from that and try to observe those choices. For example, like, I love my mum, but she told me, and I know, if she, my like, for example, my dad, who was in a relationship before he met her with 2 other women, if he did not treat those women well and those children well, like, even my older sister, we do occasionally talk, but we have a big age difference, so we're not that close, and she has her family. She told me something strange, like, even to this day, she told me that my dad was saying something about how my older sister was partly to blame for their marriage, but he's just a weird man, I don't know. But even, like, observing that has also, like, taught me that if I in the future was in a relationship and I met a guy with, I don't know, a baby mum before me, like, if you see that this person doesn't respect his children, blah, 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 then what will he do to your children? Because even with me, that has affected me. When my dad deliberately, he did a horrible thing to spite my mum. When they divorced, I was 4. They separated when I was 2. My mum is from Jamaica, my dad is from Sierra Leone. He went back to Sierra Leone because, you know, when you go back with UK law, when you go back to another country, you don't have to pay child support. So, like, growing up, like, we received no income from my dad. So that also, like, taught me as well, like, from what I've seen, as a parent, like, you're not even supporting your child.
What kind of man does that, though? Jesus.
Yeah, it's really bad because like I just learned how I felt like from previous hurt. Like I don't want my life to be like that because even like growing up, you know, like when you're a little kid and you hear other girls saying like my dad, blah blah blah. Like as a young child, it really like hurts your feelings. Like when sometimes people speak about their family and it's like I don't relate to that. And another thing as well that really hurt is that even like after all that hurt, like when my dad, oh yeah, I spoke about my stepdad, he passed away. But even like with my mum, certain things she did, I don't know why she did. For example, my stepdad he didn't have a job when he met her because he was struggling to find a job. He did eventually find a job, but I don't know like why you would move a man into your house when you know you don't have a job and you know that
accountability.
And to be honest, I would say like character-wise, he was quite a nice person in terms of that father figure. Like I could speak to him about things and sometimes he would even like take us out on holiday. He got more money when he got his job. But in terms of relationship-wise, I don't think he was a good partner at all. Like, as I said, he cheated on my mum, right? And okay, yeah, some men can cheat. But the other woman who he cheated on with ended up getting pregnant for him. And I don't know why, like, I mean, I understand culturally, I guess, because of just how she was raised. She was like, let me stay. But like that actually like impacted me as a child because like I was just seeing arguments every day. And I started to realize that she wasn't trusting this man. Like I remember even after that, she had a whole argument with him because he worked abroad and she was worried that he was seeing another woman abroad. So I just felt like she couldn't trust him after that. So she should have just left. But I think the problem was I have another sister as well, a younger sister who is 12. Another thing as well, when she had a child for him after he did all of that, I think she didn't want me to be like, I guess like an only child. She wanted me to like have another sibling.
It's women be creating all this shit and then complain later, man. Let's be honest.
When I didn't really know all this, I was always asking my mum, I want a younger sister, blah, blah, blah. So I was very happy for my younger sister when she came about. But if like I had known all of that, then I would rather have just been, well, I'm not an only child, but I would rather have just been like the only one in the household rather than bringing in an additional child. Because I think as well, like, to be honest, I see it more in Caribbean culture. You know, a lot of Caribbean culture, like how I said that I'm half Jamaican. There's a lot of like, I have seen this in African as well because it happened with my dad and my stepdad. But like, even like the whole half siblings thing, like, as in when I say half siblings, I mean like having siblings that you weren't raised with or not close with. It's a bit like complicated because it's like, you know, I know these are my siblings, but it's like, I don't know them well. And another thing I have to say as well with women, even me, I would do this if I had a child or like I was married to someone and we divorced. I know like it's not, I understand like what my dad did was wrong. But another thing that is bad is like resenting the partner's family. Like for me, it's caused like a lot of stress because of what my dad did. My mum really dislikes my dad's family. So it's like really awkward because it's like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just a bit awkward.
Okay. No, it's all good. It's all good. No, Joe. I'm glad we had a bit of a banter. Be good. Stay the path. We're rooting for you. Okay?
All right.
Joe! I'm signing out. Take care of yourself, okay? Everybody else, I'm not done eating. I want to enjoy myself. I think I've been fair today. I've given 4 hours plus on live. It's been hot. It's been cold. Unless you guys just want to watch me eat. Unless you guys want to watch me eat, which I'm too shy. Ciao, guys.